Hello everybody, welcome back to the Minepact server. Solarais here. I am going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be taking part in a build competition that was set up by Stray Zombie in recognition of going back to school, because that's exciting stuff. So the rules are pretty simple. Build anything related to back to school. So anything that makes you think of back to school. She had given some examples of maybe a giant school bus or pencils or things like that. So I have a couple of ideas and I've collected some materials already. Let's get our crosshairs and stuff back up here. Got some clay from our mesa biome. I've really been taking advantage of that. I'm really happy that I finally set a home there. I think you saw that in the last episode. Got a couple of different dyes. We're going to do some greens and some yellows and blues and reds. Like the primary colors. We're going to make it really bright and vibrant and whimsical. So my idea is to build ourselves a little schoolhouse. And I'm here in our town because I figured, why not? We need a schoolhouse. We got a hotel. We're building up a bunch of different other things there. So let's do a schoolhouse. So I'm not too sure exactly how big this thing is going to be or, what it's really going to look like. But my idea is to build the schoolhouse out of blocks that you would play with, like the letters and the numbers on them, ABC, 1, 2, 3, that whole thing. And then the blocks would kind of be like next to each other, maybe stacked on top of each other. And then inside the blocks, you'd have like a little schoolroom. Nothing too huge, I don't think. And then I do want to build a giant pencil because I think that would be an interesting idea. So I might use that as like pillars or something. I don't know. It's all kind of going on in my head, so I'm not too sure exactly how this is going to turn out. But let's get cracking. I want to see, I think I'm going to do like each block maybe 10 by 10, not too huge, not too small. This way we can write the letters in the inside. So I think that what we're going to do is maybe have this as stairs, leading up to our little schoolhouse on a hill type of thing. I think that's kind of interesting. And we'll start maybe, I guess we can start right here. So I'm going to start, let's start with red. I'm going to grab some of these red clay here and lay out the foundation, and we'll see how this looks. Be right back. So as you can see, this is the first time I've ever actually seen this before. It was a lightning storm a minute ago, and we actually have a charged creeper. I've never seen that before. One hit kill. Easy peasy. All right. So, it's dark, but I did lay out the foundation here. We have the different colors. I did 5 blocks. So we've got blue, yellow, green, red, and blue again. I was going to go off maybe an orange or something like that, but I think the blues are good. I think the orange might be a little bit too close to the yellow, the red, and the green, kind of in the same family, I guess, in a sense. So I think the blue kind of breaks it up. Now, I know it doesn't look like much, but I also made a bunch of black stained clay. So what my plan is to maybe do another row of the color, which I don't have on me, another row of the color around here, and then the black with the, I grabbed some wool here, and we're going to use the wool, I think, as the letters. I'm not too sure how this is going to look. I'll start building this when in the daytime so that we can all see. I did switch over to the Faithful pack because I think it's a little bit, for what we're building, it makes the colors pop a little bit. It's a little bit more vibrant. So I think it'll be easier to see. And I think a screenshot, once it's all said and done for our submission, will probably look better on the Faithful pack than my usual resource pack. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that crazy creeper. That was pretty neat stuff. So yeah, once the sun comes out, then we'll come back to this, and I will. Oh, it's raining again, and then we'll finish this up and see how this looks, because right now it's kind of hard to envision. Well, I really apologize because I thought I was recording the entire time I was building this little structure, and I was not. So you didn't get a chance to see what I did here, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So we did another layer. I decided to go against the second layer of the red because I figured, and I wanted a black around the letter here as well, but I think that really makes it pop. So that's our A, and we'll do the red blocks are going to be A, and then I'm not sure if we're going to actually do letters or numbers or a combination of both. I think it would be kind of neat to do a combination of both. So I'm going to finish filling in these black areas with the letters and for this block, and we'll figure out what we want to do with the other blocks as well. But I think this is coming out pretty nice. And then what we'll do here is we'll enter the schoolhouse through the A. So we'll build some stairs in here, and then we'll, once all the blocks are up and the faces are done, then we'll work on clearing away the inside here and opening this all up. And hopefully the shape, I mean, it'll be cool to have like a funky shape inside, but hopefully it's large enough where we can actually set up like little schoolrooms or desks and things like that. I kind of want to have the inside decorated as well as have a pretty cool looking outside. And then I was thinking also of maybe once all these faces are in, to build some blocks on top as well, and make that kind of go together. So without further ado, I'm going to finish doing some of this, and I will be back to show you my progress. Alright, time for another status update here. So, as you can see, I've stacked these blocks. I tried to make it as random as possible because I wanted it to kind of seem like maybe a child was just playing with blocks and just, stacking them up. So instead of having like one of each color in an organized pattern, I kind of repeated the blocks and put them in different spots. So you can see the ones on the bottom are all filled in along the side here. Let's do a little flyby so you can really see. So we've got an O or a 0 there. We've got a 1 with the blue block. We have the letter C. There's the 1 again, like I was saying, we're repeating them a little bit. Our A. And then up top here, we just kind of did 2 blocks. Here, just random. Like I said, it's just going to be completely random. I think it kind of gives that look that, like I said, like a little child maybe was playing with the blocks and just kind of stacked them randomly. Although like it would look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing if there was another block on this side and we can kind of balance it out, but I kind of like that it's not super balanced. And then we're going to go with this last block right on top. That'll be another A. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. That's the entire thing. We're going to fill these faces in with the letters and the numbers, and then work on going inside here and breaking down this clay here and opening this up so that all that's left is just the faces. So like on the outside it might look like it's a three-dimensional structure with the each individual block, but on the inside it's going to be all open. And I think that would look kind of cool. This actually looks a little bit like a chalkboard. So I may leave this, I'm not too sure, or I may like replicate the wool on the black stained clay. I think that kind of looks like chalkboard like. But anyway, that's just the update. I'm going to finish cracking on with the putting in the faces here, and then we'll work on doing something along the bottom here to make it look kind of neat. But I think it looks cool. I think it definitely looks very random, although I am now considering putting another block back here, which I may put another block just there, and then I think that should be good, because then, oh yeah, you know what, because then maybe kids will build like a little castle type structure or tower or something like that. Who knows? But I like it. I think this is really neat. It definitely looks very whimsical, I think. So I'm going to continue on with this, and I will be back with another status update. And here we are with a new status up. Oh, it looks like I missed a spot here. I thought I had finished this, but anyway, the blocks are all in place. All the numbers are there, the letters are there, and I hollowed out the inside, which I'll show you in just a second. I'm glad that I just realized that I forgot to fill this part in. So that's pretty important. Alright, so we'll do a flyby, and you can see all the blocks are now intact. They're all full up. And if we go down here inside, I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is kind of cool. So envision like an old school schoolhouse. Old school schoolhouse, I get that. Anyway, like the old-fashioned kind where it's just like a school room. So you'd come in. I just did some birch on the bottom floor and on the ceiling because I think it's just kind of bright. I'm going to hang some lights, I think, down here. So we would come in, and this is all going to be walled off here. I think I'm going to use red clay for the inside walls. We used yellow for the border, and we're going to use blue for like kind of a separation or so. We'll do our blackboard over here. We'll probably write something cool on the blackboard. And then what else? So I said lights. We're going to do, I think, the teacher's desk maybe in this little area so he or she can greet the students as they walk in, and then can come over here. There'll be a couple of desks, not many. It's a small schoolhouse, it's a small town, so why not? And they can direct their class from up here. 1 + 1 = 5, right? You succeed. So anyway, this is what I've got so far. I want to fill this in. I know I'm doing a lot of jump cutting around, but I wanted to get everything into one episode. So I'm going to finish laying out the reds. I want to see how that looks. I want to put in the stairs, and then I still want to do some landscaping out here. So there's still a lot to do. That's why I kind of wanted to do, the jump cuts like I was saying, so I could fit it all into one episode. But I think we're off to a fantastic start. I'm really excited about this. I think this looks pretty awesome. You could definitely tell that they're blocks stacked on top of each other. I really was playing with the idea of doing like a piston door here, but I think that's just a little bit, too much. It's just a little build competition. So maybe we can change that out after the competition and put a piston door in here or something like that. But I want to get the inside of this done, and I think this will look cool with some like hanging lights. Maybe we'll do glowstone, because I think those are a little bit more fun looking than the sea lanterns. Unfortunately, I hate to say that because those are my favorite blocks. But anyway, yeah, that's where we stand. I think I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll show you what it looks like once the walls are in, and I'll write something on that board there. All right. Okay, so time for some big changes. This is now 100% complete. I've already sent in my submission photo, and the sun is rising, so we should have good light. Let's take a look. Boom. There it is. So, whoops. Let's see if we can fly around here, so I can give you a little flyby and show you here. So I did make a couple of different changes here. The blocks are the same. I added some pencils in there. I thought that looked kind of neat. So then I did a little bit of landscaping, not much. I just planted a couple of trees, threw in some sea lanterns, did a little path. A little seating area back there you can see. Now, one thing that I did not include in my submission, and these are after effects. Stray Zombie was blown up by Solarais. That was not me. Liar! I have it on camera. Watch this. Liar. I am recording, so I have your lies on film. See, everybody points their fingers at me. Anyway, so what I was saying is I added these sea lanterns here in the corners just to lighten it up during the nighttime because we were getting some zombie spawns. But in my submission pictures, maybe I'll see if I can get it to add into the video. So hopefully, if all goes well, you should be seeing the actual submission photo right about now, maybe. Hopefully that worked. I'm still kind of a noob when it comes to video editing. But anyway, hopefully you can see in those pictures I did not include those sea lanterns. It's just the wool. I think it looks better without the sea lanterns. But of course I want to keep this build in our little town here. So that's why I added in these sea lanterns, because I want it lit up at nighttime just for my own purposes. Anyway, without further ado, that's basically it. We'll do a little fly around here. You can see. Just added some of the pencils. Everything else is the same. The trees, I added a little bit of a fence around there because you don't want those little kitties falling down the hill there. And then inside, inside here, this is the little schoolhouse on a hill. I think the name is pretty fitting. So in here, we have our classroom. So, yeah, a couple of changes since I think you last saw. I think I was just working on getting the red in there. So, yeah, we've got a little teacher's desk here. This is going to be Mr. Big Nose. You can see Mr. Big Nose is up here teaching the class and welcoming back the students. I think his name is pretty fitting. So here's our little desk table area. We have, of course, the human body over there, for any of those lessons. Over on this side, I wasn't really sure what I want to do, so it's like 99% done, but I'm thinking about putting like a map up there of the world. So that, there's always maps in classrooms. You can see all the bookshelves. You have a little creative corner here. There's probably some toys and games and and bits and bobs in that little chest there. There's a little workbench just in case you want to create some art projects. Yeah, and of course an apple for Mr. Big Nose. And this is it. This was the entire build. We did 1+1 or 7+7, however you want to look at it. So it's a rudimentary classroom, you know, at the beginnings. Of course, have a great day. Yeah, and that's my build. That is the back to school build competition, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Excuse me. I'm trying to drink a lot of water here. It's a little hot where I am. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully maybe it gave you a little bit of inspiration, creative inspiration for something that you might want to use in your worlds or your plots or whatever. And that's that. So I will keep you posted and see where we stand in the competition. I know there's a lot of people that already submitted their builds, and there's still a couple of days left for the end of the competition, but that is it. 100% done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any comments or suggestions, go ahead and leave them below. I definitely will read them and respond to them. Hope you all have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching.